China faces a profound and persistent challenge. The country's water resources are distributed in a dramatically uneven manner. The lush, water-rich south stands in stark contrast to the arid, thirsty north. This geographical imbalance has created a critical problem for a nation striving to feed its population and power its economic engines. Northern China is home to major political centers like Beijing, bustling industrial hubs, and vast agricultural plains that are essential for national food security. Yet, this region has long suffered from chronic water shortages. The lack of water has strained its cities, limited its agricultural output, and forced a dangerous over-reliance on dwindling groundwater reserves, creating a long-term threat to sustainable development. To solve this daunting puzzle, China embarked on one of the most ambitious engineering projects in human history. The South-North Water Transfer Project is a monumental undertaking designed to reroute the nation's water supply. Its core mission is to move massive quantities of fresh water from the mighty Yangtze River in the south to the parched regions of the north. The scale of this project is almost difficult to comprehend. It involves a network of canals, tunnels, and aqueducts stretching over 2,700 miles, a distance comparable to a journey from Los Angeles to New York. The financial commitment is equally staggering, with an estimated cost soaring to approximately $70 billion, making it a true mega-project on a global scale. The project is structured into 3 distinct routes, each with a specific purpose. The eastern and central routes are already operational, while the western route remains in the planning stages. The central route in particular has become a vital artery. Since it began operations in late 2014, it has functioned as a lifeline for major northern territories including Henan, Hebei, Tianjin, and the capital city of Beijing. As of late 2023, this single route had already delivered a staggering 67 billion cubic meters of water. This consistent flow has fundamentally transformed the water landscape of the north, providing a new primary source of water for millions of people and countless industries that were previously on the brink of a crisis. This grand endeavor is more than just a feat of construction. It represents a strategic decision to reshape nature to meet human needs. The project's architects envisioned it as a definitive solution to a problem that has constrained China's growth for decades. By physically moving water across vast distances, the government is attempting to correct a natural imbalance and secure the resources necessary for its future prosperity. The project is a testament to China's capacity to mobilize immense resources and execute complex, long-term plans. It is a bold, top-down approach to resource management, aiming to provide a stable and predictable water supply for generations to come, ensuring that the economic heartland of the North does not run dry. The economic and social impacts of the South-North Water Transfer Project have been profound, especially in the recipient regions. The primary goal was to fuel economic growth and improve the quality of life, and in many ways, it has succeeded. The arrival of a steady water supply has been a game-changer for northern industries, which were previously constrained by water rationing and uncertainty. This newfound water security has helped attract investment, allowing cities to expand and support a growing population. For ordinary citizens, the project has translated into more reliable access to clean water for daily use, enhancing public health and raising overall living standards in urban centers that once faced the prospect of severe shortages. Perhaps the most significant benefit has been felt in the agricultural sector, which is the largest consumer of water in China. A 2025 study highlighted the project's dramatic effect on grain production in Henan province, the country's second-largest grain producer. With access to water from the central route, farmers were able to increase their yield significantly, contributing to China's goal of food self-sufficiency. In 2023, Henan's grain output reached over 66 million tons, a success partly enabled by this new water source. Furthermore, the project has allowed regions to reduce their dependency on overexploited groundwater, giving depleted aquifers a chance to recover. This shift helps secure the long-term viability of agriculture in the north. However, these benefits have not come without social costs. The construction of thousands of miles of canals and reservoirs has been a disruptive force. Entire communities have been uprooted and displaced to make way for the project's vast infrastructure. While the government provides compensation and resettlement programs, the process often leads to the loss of ancestral homes, farmland, and established social networks. For many, this forced relocation disrupts livelihoods that have been passed down through generations. Managing this human element remains one of the project's most sensitive and challenging aspects, requiring careful and compassionate strategies to mitigate the profound impact on displaced populations. Beyond the immediate displacement, the project alters local economies along its entire route, not just at the destination. The diversion of water from the Yangtze Basin has implications for communities in the south, who depend on the river for their own agriculture, industry, and transportation needs. While the project is designed to transfer surplus water, defining what is truly surplus is a complex calculation with significant consequences. The delicate balance between supporting the North's development and preserving the South's economic stability is a continuous challenge. The project, therefore, creates a new set of interregional dependencies and potential conflicts over a shared and now redistributed vital resource. While the South-North Water Transfer Project is celebrated as an engineering marvel, many environmentalists view it with significant concern. Diverting such enormous volumes of water from one major river system to another is an unprecedented intervention in the natural world. Experts have long warned that siphoning water from the Yangtze River could have severe consequences for the ecosystems that depend on it. The reduced flow can affect biodiversity, disrupt the natural habitats of fish and other aquatic life, and alter the sediment patterns that nourish the river's delta. The long-term ecological health of the Yangtze, one of the world's most important rivers, hangs in the balance. The physical construction of the project also leaves a significant environmental footprint. The process of building massive canals, tunnels, pumping stations, and reservoirs has carved a permanent scar across the Chinese landscape. Natural terrains are fundamentally altered and habitats are fragmented or destroyed. Professor Stefan Fester and other experts have emphasized the critical need for comprehensive environmental impact assessments to precede and guide such massive undertakings. The challenge is not just to build the infrastructure, but to do so in a way that minimizes irreversible damage to the surrounding environment and respects the delicate balance of the ecosystems it cuts through. Water quality is another major concern that shadows the project. The water being transferred must be clean enough for agricultural and domestic use, which is a formidable challenge. The eastern route, for instance, passes through heavily industrialized areas, requiring the construction of hundreds of wastewater treatment plants to prevent polluted water from contaminating the supply. Furthermore, the slow-moving water in the long, open canals is susceptible to contamination from agricultural runoff and pollution incidents. A 2025 study highlighted the ongoing risks of sudden pollution events, which could jeopardize the water supply for millions and require sophisticated emergency management systems to handle. To address these immense risks, China has invested heavily in advanced technology and management strategies. Researchers have developed complex models such as the fuzzy Bayesian network mentioned in a recent study to provide dynamic risk assessments for the project's operation. These systems are designed to predict and manage threats like floods, channel instability, and pollution in real time. Supported by national research grants, these innovations aim to create an early warning system to protect this critical infrastructure, yet they underscore the fundamental tension of the project. It is an artificial system imposed upon nature, requiring constant vigilance and technological intervention to prevent ecological and operational disasters. The South-North Water Transfer Project extends far beyond China's borders in its strategic and global implications. As climate change intensifies and water scarcity becomes a more pressing issue worldwide, nations are watching China's audacious experiment closely. The project serves as a powerful demonstration of a state's ability to marshal its resources to address a fundamental national security threat: the lack of water. Carla Freeman of the U.S. Institute of Peace has noted that China's approach, characterized by massive state-led investment and engineering, could heavily influence how other countries think about their own water challenges. It positions China as a leader in a field of critical global importance. This massive undertaking is also a showcase of China's engineering prowess and its capacity to execute projects of unimaginable scale. For other countries facing similar geographical water imbalances, the project acts as a potential, if controversial, model. Nations in Asia, Africa, and the Middle East struggling with drought and desertification may look to the SNWTP as an example of what is possible when political will is combined with technological capability. It sends a clear message about China's rise as a technological power, capable of tackling problems that many might deem impossible. The project has become a symbol of national ambition and a key element of China's international image. However, the project also serves as a global cautionary tale. The immense economic costs, the significant social displacement, and the profound environmental risks highlight the trade-offs inherent in such large-scale interventions. It forces a global conversation about the ethics and sustainability of re-engineering the planet's water systems. The lessons learned from China's experience, both positive and negative, will provide invaluable data for any other nation contemplating a similar path. The project's challenges underscore the need for integrated water management, robust environmental safeguards, and transparent governance to accompany any large-scale infrastructure development, a message that resonates globally. Ultimately, the South-North Water Transfer Project forces the world to confront the difficult choices that lie ahead. Is the answer to water scarcity found in massive engineering solutions, or should the focus be on conservation, efficiency, and demand management? The 2025 study on the project suggested a hybrid approach, recommending market mechanisms like water rights trading and improved governance to incentivize conservation alongside the infrastructure. China's project, in its sheer scale and complexity, encapsulates this central dilemma. It is a bold gamble on engineering a solution, and its long-term success or failure will offer critical lessons for a world increasingly desperate for water.